We are currently on North Anthony, and this is 3209A. See that we've got a big open space here. First thing that we're going to need to do is take down all of this slat board. All the slat board's going to have to get put in a pile, and we will take this slat board, we'll load that up and put that, take that back to Syracuse, and we can use that in multiple different places. But we've got some 1x boards here on this little platform that exists. We need to take that down completely, save the 1x's, and the drywall just needs to get tore down. This corner stage platform that's over here, this needs to get tore apart, and we just need to take those things apart, and if it's wood, plywood, we need to save that because we can use that for lots of other things, and we'll need some patch boards here and so on for other projects that we're going to do. But that's what's going to need to be done here. There is some countertop. This little platform here that kind of sticks out, this needs to be completely taken down and pitched. We need to tear it apart. There's electric cord here that needs to be unplugged, and then that needs to be taken off the wall. Then we've got looks like an old tack board here. This needs to come off the wall, and looks like there's some carpet here on the wall that needs to come off. There's more slat board. This countertop here, we want to save these countertops. They need to go back to Syracuse, but all the 2x4s holding those up, we can get rid of those. 2x4s, more slat board. Nothing in the bathroom really needs to be dealt with at this time. Really nothing back here. This shelf is dangerous here, and that needs to come down. Same with this stuff right here, needs to get tore apart, and the 2x4s we can save, stack those up because we can use those for other things. There is a door here. I don't know where this door came from. It's just been here, but there's some trash here that we need to get loaded up as well. Like here's some trash, there's some trash, and there's trash. We don't want to get rid of the paint. The paint needs to stay. These 2x4s and stuff like that, we can take that back to Syracuse with us because we can use those for other things. But basically, you can see what we've got. It's a big open space, and we've just got to get it prepped and painted so it'll look nice for new tenants that will come in. After we get all the slat board off, we'll have to do a lot of spackling, possibly even some re-drywall work in some areas, but we can do that after we get that all taken down and figure out what we need to do. All the ceiling tile eventually, not right now, is going to have to get painted and or replaced. We may want to paint it all. That may be what we want to do. I don't know. Looks like some of it is not in bad shape, so we may be okay with that ceiling tile. Might be able to just get by painting it all, but that painting process would be a lot to paint all those, because we'd have to spray them, and we'd have to look at the cost of doing that versus just replacing them. But regardless, that is that. We did discover that in this property here, this wall is actually a drywall wall with 2x4s, and then drywall on the other side, and that is 3209B. So it's interesting that that is how that works. I was kind of surprised at that, actually. But if we decide to rent this up into smaller offices, which we've talked about doing, we could end up having lots more offices in here. I don't know if that will happen or not, but it is always a possibility that we, I don't know how we'll do that. 32909 A1, and then A2, A3, A4. I don't know. We've talked about a couple different options for that. But there is some live wires and some electric things without covers on them. We need to be careful of that and get that sealed up. The ductwork, the HVAC that's on this side of the unit does not work. It's for heat. It does seem to work for cool, but we need to test all that and actually see what's going to work and what's not going to work. This side over here does heat and cool, but we're going to have to change some of the ductwork around if we wanted to do this section too. The back does not get heated or cooled, but you can see that there is an HVAC pipe, but it is shut off. See where that shuts off. That goes to that unit. So we will just probably abandon that pipe from this point going forward. So that is the panel. We'll have to get everything labeled after we figure out what we're going to put walls in and where. But yeah, this is obviously going to work, and we've got to get the utilities transferred over to his name yet. But I'm going to shut everything off, and that concludes the video for 3209A.